All through June, TD Direct Investing will be holding its Options Education Month. A great place to learn how to use options or perhaps trade them a little better. Earlier, my colleague Greg Bunnell spoke with Bryan Rogers, Senior Client Education Instructor with TD Direct Investing, about how to get started with options trading.
When you buy a stock, Greg, you're purchasing ownership. So you have to basically pay up front. You're going to buy that 100 shares, you're going to pay up front. But with an option, you're purchasing the right, not the obligation. You're purchasing the right to buy those shares. You know, have you used coupons before?
I get in trouble at my house for not using the coupons, but I'm aware that they exist and how they work.
Well, I'm glad you're a savvy shopper. With options, it's a similar concept. With options, we oftentimes equate it when we're teaching people this new concept that it's like a coupon where you're locking in that price. It's called the strike price. You're locking in the ability to buy that stock at a certain price, and if it goes up, then you still have that coupon or that option in your hand that you can now buy the stock at potentially that lower price. So there is an amount you do have to pay for it. It's a little bit different. You're not getting the coupon free from the store. You do have to pay for this option. But if you can equate it that way, options, one of the concepts is simply that. So options can be used in different ways. You can use them to, in changing market conditions, if they're going up, if they're going sideways, going down, there's usually a different strategy in terms of an option.
Okay, we understand what they are, why you might want to use them. What's a simple strategy for someone just starting out with options?
Yeah, if we're just starting out, the one I just described, like that coupon aspect, is a call option. So if we think of a call option, it gives you the temporary right to buy a stock at a specific price within a set period of time. That's a key distinction, is that it can expire. Right, this option can expire, so it's not going to be there forever. If the stock price rises above that set price, then, as I said, you've got that ability to, call. If you think of the term, we often mention call up. If you're calling somebody up on the phone, and then there's another concept called put. You can think of put down, but you're typically bullish on the stock. You're hoping that it does go up over a certain point, and then you can exercise that option to say, hey, I want to buy the stock, or you can even sell what we call an option contract. If the stock does go up, you can sell this contract to someone else and make it money that way, and not necessarily have to buy the stock.
All right, let's put some real numbers to show how a call option could work.
Yeah, so let's jump into, if we jump into our web broker platform, I just have a random stock up here. We have a super micro computer. So it's right now trading at around $43. And if we scroll down, this is called an option chain. So this is where all those prices are available for different time frames. You can notice here there's a May 23rd, May 30th. I'm looking at roughly around 30 days. That's a common expiry time frame we may look at. And as I scroll down, you can notice there's call options over here. So this would be what we're potentially looking at. And as I scroll down even further, you can notice the bid and ask. If I highlight these right here, the bid and the ask is what you're going to pay in terms of a small premium to lock in this price. So if we scroll down, and this green line is actually indicating where the stock is at currently. So if I notice in the middle, this is that coupon price, that one I mentioned earlier that we're hoping to lock in. So if I want to buy this super micro at $43.50, and in the next 30 days, I can pay right now, I can pay $4.35. That's in multiples of 100. So that would cost me $435 in the hopes that if it does go up, significantly, I'm hoping it goes up quite a bit, then I can exercise my option and buy the stock at $43.50. So to do that at WebBroker, if I like this particular one, I can click on that, click on buy, and then I'm going to enter in, one would be a contract. So the number one for one contract, and I can enter it as a market or limit order. But I'm going to pay whatever's here. You can see over here on the right-hand side, I'm going to pay, typically on the ask is what you're paying. So $420, it's gone down a little bit. And that's going to be that premium I'm paying to say that, give me this stock at this particular strike price, this $43.50, if the stock goes way up. If it went up to 50, then I'm getting a pretty good deal at $43.50.
Always risks go the other way, but now we understand call options and how an investor could use them and the mindset they have. We're going to be talking again about a different strategy. I think you hinted at it, the word put there. But before we wrap up, TD Direct Investing also launching its 5th annual Options Education Month. What can people expect?
Well, yeah, this is just a snippet of what you can do with options. We could never do it justice in a few minutes. You can spend hours and hours and weeks on the topic. So just for that reason, our education department does have coming up in the month of June, we have an Options Education Month, and I can highlight on the screen. I'll show you some of the things you may want to look at. The actual URL, you can go to www.td.com/OEM, and you're going to get go to this particular page, and there's featured content. There's a number of industry experts that are going to be doing webinars that are available. You can attend them live, and then you can watch them later on. You know, Jason and Hiran are often on our Active Trader Live show. You'll see them. They're going to be doing some content. And not only that, you can actually go in. So this is a featured content. There's live shows, which is similar. And then we also have workshops. So workshops are something where myself and other instructors will have people in attendance, and we can ask questions live to them. It's more like a classroom, like a virtual classroom. So you can sign up for a number of those. I think we have about 50 of those going through the month. And then there's a number of on-demand videos too. So if you're looking for just a short, quick video of what are options and what do I need to know, you have a number of those on this page as well.
All right, great stuff, Bryan. Thanks for that.
All right, thank you.
And a reminder, we want to emphasize that while the goal of today's segment is to educate you on options, you need to decide for yourself whether trading options is right for you in terms of risk profile, amount of time you have, your resources, just to name a few considerations. Any information we provide does not constitute financial, legal, tax, or investment advice.